Hi folks, welcome again to the China versus Europe Championship. So we're waiting for our game to start between Reinhard and Alex. I can show you the current situation. So here we have the two games in the top winners bracket, one between Reinhard and Alex and the other one later today between Robert and Adam. And then, so these are not elimination games because whoever loses drops down to the other bracket. And I guess arguably the more interesting are these now because whoever loses is eliminated from the tournament. So Rios plays Vodka, and there is the Chinese pairing. I'm not sure if that will be played on the Iron Throne, so we might not be able to show you that one between Robin and Super Duck. Here is the graphic. So two games on Saturday and then the other two are on Sunday. Okay, running slightly late. Yeah, interesting stuff. So some top quality players, only one can make it undefeated to the finals. So whoever wins their next two games from this bracket, winners to meet, and then the finalist plays the winner of the losers bracket. Only needs to win one game, of course, and the other player needs to win two to win the tournament. And here we go. So Reinhard playing Targaryen, surprise, surprise, and this time it's trading with Qohor, not the Trucky deck that we saw last time. So that's going to be something with attachments for a Voltron character. Could be Daenerys, could be also something else. Khal Drogo with Insight and Queensguard we saw in the past, although now Queensguard is restricted with Qohor, so can't be done anymore. And we have Greyjoy Fealty, so okay, we'll see right after setup what this is, but could be Drowned God. No. So it's a normal Greyjoy, starting with Gold, reducer and some economy, and tough start on the other side, just Daenerys with an attachment. So if there is march to the wall, it's a problem immediately for Reinhard. But there isn't, so going for the Maiden makes sense with Greyjoy to fight for initiative, and Reinhard goes for Time of Plenty, and he needs the cards, it seems. No economy to start with, and he of course needs as many attachments as possible so that he can get some kind of loop with them. And here we go, so double Toker, one probably will be traded, and Silver Steed gives Daenerys Renown. She can also get it with one of the hatchlings, but usually Drogon, well, usually sometimes you can play the other one. Most of the time, most decks play the other one, but with this Qohor deck I wonder, since giving Daenerys the Renown is important, maybe we have the hatchling version. And you can sacrifice this when you win the power challenge, so doesn't... oh, it sacrifices after using Renown, okay, so you cannot trade this with Qohor, you need to bring it in. on the power challenge, so when she does her power challenge in the other challenges it can then be traded, because it's served its purpose in theory. But the complicated timing. Yeah, doesn't really work, so you either sacrifice it or you use it for its ability. Doesn't work that well. And then we have on the other side a pretty good Greyjoy start. We have the 6-cost Euron with his warship, brings in an eager deckhand for free as well. And if Alex is able to go first in the future rounds, Intimidate will be pretty important. But this round Reinhard does his things, so going for the intrigue first, and we'll see how quickly the power gain can go with his attachments, I'm not sure. Stand with Regal. And here we go. So that works on Renown. Renown works on power challenges, so it's not needed here. Trades it for a bodyguard instead. And then if you trade it, if you do the power challenge, which Reinhardt is not doing here, you can trade into the Silver Steed, gain renown and sacrifice it. So that, I guess, is the timing that works out. Yeah, difficult to follow all of these Qohor sequences, especially in Targaryen. I tried building one myself, gave up midway through because there were so many attachments and I couldn't figure out this loop. It looks like the costs work out pretty well. So in the Lannister version of Alliance Qohor deck, you can play all of the one-cost attachments, so everything can be swapped for anything else. But in the Baratheon version of this Rush deck with Qohor, kind of doesn't work because you need the 3-cost attachments and then some of the cheaper ones. So you need to really work hard with the correct sequence. And now this can be defended, and it is. And Daenerys is strong enough to beat Euron and Gorold on the power challenge if Euron stands here, depending on the warship he brings in, or Silence brings in rather. Great Kraken without a picture. Here we go. Okay, so that's going to gain power or draw a card for the military one, which Reinhardt currently cannot defend. There is a summer plot, so he has Qohor in hand, but looks like he doesn't. And Alex goes for the cards, so happy to wait with power. And what does Spirit do? Gets rid of serious training. Okay, so to Harris-like situation already for Reinhard, and that would get rid of one of the high costers, but still keep 4 characters on the board, so not that great. Okay, we have Pentoshi into we take Westeros. Let's see what the situation is. So currently there is nothing. And Alex wins initiative, goes first. Now he does have the Intimidate with Euron. Okay, Alanis and Maiden's Bane. Another deckhand. And still not quite done. Baylor Blacktide, that stops events. I don't think we'll see lots of that with the Qohor deck, except for gifts. And okay, now Asha, that's the one saving grace here for Reinhardt, so no way to get the easy draw before the reset, although Great Kraken can be grabbing cards now. So we have the Hatchling Drogon, which gives Daenerys permanent renown. We have Viserys, currently is not going to be taking any attachments. And something else on Daenerys, which I will need to read because I don't know these cards that well. So we have Mother of Dragons that gives her a chance to participate, for instance, in a military challenge with her incredibly big strength now. And we have Breaker of Chains, which increases her strength, and possibly something else can come into play if there is something in hand. So Alex goes for the draw, and Reinhard removes the Iron Gate because of we take Westeros. You can simply use an eager deckhand because it's only one cost to put that back into play with we take Westeros. So now Alex will need to rely on pillage and intrigue claim to get anything at all from the plot. Yes, so there is no obvious stand for Daenerys unless she participates. So I wonder if there is a way to intimidate her. What's the strongest challenge here? It must be power, it seems. That's 17 on defense. I think there's 18 on the board. Let's see, military. All of them can participate with the Mother of Dragons. That would be 23 against 17, and the intrigue Reinhardt has 19 against only 8, so nothing can really be done. Assuming Reinhardt defends, of course, still. Probably Alex will just tempt him into defending some challenges. He has a stand for Euron. And let's see, this triggers on defense, and Daenerys has renown, so maybe Reinhard will defend one of the challenges on defense with Daenerys. Breaker of Chains doesn't work on defense. Okay, Drogon. And do we see the Mother of Dragons? Yeah, so you can remove Drogon, but you can remove him straight. You cannot remove him from the challenge to stop Mother of Dragons, so that Longship will not work. And Daenerys successfully defends. And that doesn't even kneel her, the Mother of Dragons, so she's standing and still has the Regal stand for one more trigger. And with the bodyguard on her, it seems like a pretty good situation now. Should be gaining power pretty quickly. Of course, the pointy end would be absolutely devastating here. Not really a Greyjoy plot though. Yeah, so if Reinhard wants to do anything on attack, he cannot defend all three with Daenerys. I think he only has one more stand. But maybe he is happy to defend them. Still gets renown each time and still draws for insight. And this time she doesn't stand. Has Regal been used before? Oh, it's cancelled by the Fanatic, missed that. Okay, so that's a pretty good turn of events now for Alex. He can push through the unopposed power challenge. He has one gold even if he wants to play with not so. That lets him trigger the agenda then. Although no standing raiders that can take the market. Okay, so what to do with Great Kraken is the question. Draws a card. And here comes We Do Not So. That works on attachments as well, of course. And yeah, like we mentioned in one of the previous games, Reinhard always has that Hand's Judgment in hand. Yeah, so you choose the attachment or location first before the cancel window, but it's not displayed in the log here for us. Reinhard did see what the target was, I wonder. So it's targeting economy maybe, or going for one of the attachments, bodyguard, and then into Morghulis. That would work quite nicely. Though maybe not that great if there is no save for Geralt or Euron at least. Well, in any case, it didn't happen, so Morghulis is not viable now. But that little Drowned God Fanatic did turn the power into Alex's favor, at least a little bit. 6-3 here. Political disaster. Nice for Reinhard. And return to the fields. Well, it's not bad it didn't hit the reset, but still the board is huge and it's not really needed, so you can trade it for cards, hope to draw that Asha or whatever. Question is, what do you keep with for the locations here? Do you keep that Silence that was doing good work? All of them basically. Maiden's Bane was used and Great Kraken was used. I think he has to keep the Great Hall. And surprisingly, Alex wins initiative but goes second here. That's going to give Daenerys the chance to do her challenges with Stand. So if you keep Great Hall and the two little guys that can help with the economy, that's not too bad. You can play most characters. There's Fealty as well. So he keeps Silence. That gives Euron Stand, that gives extra draw for Alanis possibly as well. But unfortunately, that Great Kraken and Maiden's Bane gone now. Great Kraken could have now been used to gain power. There's plenty of cards in hand. But of course he could have drawn additional ones here. And now the full set of dragons. That gives her stealth as well. And potential draw. And sacking the two reducers, so what's the plan here? Must have enough gold to play whatever he wants to here. Or maybe he didn't have anything big. Here comes Asha. So this is now slightly more problematic, but Reinhard can swap one of the attachments for a milk. 1 gold still left for that, we do not sow. And now Daenerys can attack with her Breaker of Chains. Character with printed cost 2, we saw one of the... so Jorah was discarded earlier. Dragons are in play. That's one of the two costers, Miss Sunday. Likely to be in the deck, and the Dothraki characters that I can't pronounce. Kiri and the other one, possibly. Intrigue first with stealth, so that's a guaranteed win. With renown, with insight, but not currently with intimidate. That's the missing one, I think, in Targaryen. Baratheon can do it with Warhammers, with the Qohor triggers. And Reason is a good pull here, so I got rid of 2 already. And Asha is not searching that many cards. So that Morghulis that basically gets rid of everything except Daenerys now again looks uninviting because there are no saves. Not doing the Qohor trigger. So this is one where the Mother of Dragons can be used and will be used. I don't think Greyjoy can block that. And that puts 8 in strength. I was thinking one of the Qohor Tokars could be swapped, I said earlier, but seems like the key card here to boost that strength. So it's +1 for each attachment. That would mean if there was only one, it would be +4, so 9 strength instead of 18. A couple of attachments if you want to put them back in for the Qohor triggers with the market. Okay, and not using Mother of Dragons here, so that lets Alex win on defense. And here comes the power one. This is the character I meant, said I couldn't pronounce it. Chikwi, whatever. That gains power and discarding cards. Of course, not that bad if it's Missandei, and it always is. And what's the plan here? So just the 1 strength challenge, and you cannot use Mother of Dragons on this one. So is it just to defend against Asha? Seems like he could have won 2 challenges here with 2 more renown and power claim with Daenerys. But he prefers to defend this one, so stealth doesn't work because Daenerys has it. And even on the military challenge doesn't work because Mother of Dragons can have her participate. And Reinhard is probably counting on that additional renown here. So Alex making the calculation. Is there anything he can push through? Just defending with 1. If there is another raiding longship, That's going to get unopposed. And even if there isn't, there is now Intimidate for Viserion. That means, or the other guy, that means Asha can stealth the standing dragon on the military challenge, and then no Mother of Dragons. Now surely this one you defend. And now the military, you cannot, unless there is something in hand. And maybe, yeah, I was going to suggest just reducing that discard pile by 1. So if she's searching for reasons, it's unlikely to hit now because 2 are already gone and it's a search of 6 cards. And Fanatic, there are still 2, so that could be possibly found here. And here comes We Do Not Sow on the bodyguard. Yeah. And now most of Reinhard's power is unprotected. He has 3 gold left. Slightly unusual round here. Reinhard playing conservatively and still failing to defend the challenges properly. Not sure if he has some kind of plan or there was nothing better he could have done. Question is, did Asha find another reason? So we see no Meister Kerwin or anything else that could save in the plot phase. So if he doesn't have it, then playing that Morghulis to get rid of Daenerys, yeah, puts him in a decent position power-wise, and he has a surviving character. But then Euron and Asha are dead. Economy with Morghulis is can get up to 7 if things line up perfectly. Reinhard wins dominance with the standing character and gold. I was thinking gifts for the widow with that remaining gold, but it doesn't have it. So here we go. Does Alex pull the trigger with Morghulis now, or does he wait? If he waits, the bodyguard can come back. The question is, if he does it, is his position damaged too much then? He's drawn really well. So with Iron Gate, with the Great Kraken, some with Alanis, then Asha. So he must have a good hand. And okay, preemptively playing that Harris to keep Daenerys alive. Have nothing burns on the other side, which is not going to be pleasant now for Reinhard because of the choke element. He's down to just the estate. And again, let's Reinhard go first. Yeah, but the board is not great here for Alex, so if he keeps Gorold, that means Gorold and Baelor stay on the board. Could be Euron and Euron and Baelor, or Euron and the other Raider for the Intimidate. Could be Asha and Eager Deckhand. Either way, it's not great. There's no way to even keep 3 here. So Gorold and Baelor Blacktide. Asha did search for something, and this is now, let's see, so if it was 7 for Morghulis, it's 9 now if you have a high coster and a loyal one. And what's the attachment that was chosen? One of the talkers. Okay, board is smaller, so maybe only one will be enough now. And kind of sad here for Reinhard that he's losing the economy, and last round he had those 3 he had the 3 remaining gold, nothing to use it for. Okay, Khaleesi, does that do that? Raises claim and or stands. Yeah, raising claim, putting her into the military challenge, and then raising claim. Currently looks okay, but let's see if a warship comes in with those deckhands again and something cheap to absorb claim. It's not a huge threat, but if it's just one big character, then that's a problem. Okay, Victorian, he needs some protection, as I said. Maybe just one more small character would be decent here. And Fanatic, that puts him on 18 for the military, so it's 19 on the other side currently, but easier to take the claim now, even without reason in hand. Fanatic and Baelor can die and it's not a disaster. Could also raise claim on the power challenge. I don't know how close this is to be able to rush. So if Daenerys can do 3 challenges, which seems like she might be able to do, that's 3 renown plus power claim would be 10. So raising claim with Khaleesi would be 11. It's a little bit more to be able to win this round. I don't think that will happen. And does she have permanent renown now that Drogon is gone? Doesn't seem like it. So we need to do that with Qohor somehow. Okay, so this is unopposed. Puts in another Victarion friendly warship. And now that attachment, which one was it? The Silver Steed. If that comes in, you can have her gain renown and then sacrifice it immediately to do another power challenge. Okay, put Seal of the Hand in place, so it's Khaleesi's 3 cost. That's a nice one to trade. Just missing that renown here for Daenerys' challenges. Of course, it's possible that some of these are single copies, and losing that market now, of course, means he can't get them back. Fanatic defense, it's getting dangerous. Discarding Hand Judgment, no threat of another, we do not sow here. But if there is another bodyguard, okay, she is duped now, so that's pretty safe. Yeah, that's pretty safe. So things going quite well for Reinhard now. The question is what happens on the other side. So we have renown on Gold, we have possible renown on Victarion, no intimidate, so and no stealth. And Daenerys has stealth herself anyway, so what can you do? She is too strong to push a single challenge through her now. Can you do one of them is the question, or can she stand? Yeah, if Viserion defends one, she can participate without kneeling, and then she can defend power properly, and Seal of the Hand is still there, so no, absolutely nothing to be done for Alex, and Reinhard wins dominance. So now I think and here we go, after that good intrigue pull, puts Dragon Egg into play. That gives her a chance to put another hatchling, for instance Drogon, who gives her renown. He's still alive, right? Yeah. Now there is the chance to win in one round if he goes first. Margulis doesn't kill her, kills Viserion, and no, so we have you win or you die. That makes sure that Alex can go first, and we have fortified position on the other side, which is interesting. So most of the strength comes from attachments here, which is great. That's not affected. But she now doesn't have stealth. And that really is the only thing that's blocked as far as the text is concerned. So she loses insight as well, but okay, she was gaining that from Dragon Egg, but sacrifice that to put Drogon into play. But Drogon doesn't work, so she is now not gaining renown from Drogon's ability. And on the other side, so Geralt is losing the renown and Victarion is losing his stand here, which makes things difficult for Alex. And here comes Khal Drogo as well. So next round Morghulis might be coming, and there is a chance to trade for a bodyguard or to just push for the win here, and then it wouldn't matter. What really needs to happen is the 2 claim needs to go Alex's way here with the plot to to bring the power down. But how do you get past Daenerys? Doesn't seem like she has stealth, but then Asha doesn't either, because she's blanked. Getting everything back. Is it enough though? So again, I'm thinking of that silver steed. If there's another one. If Daenerys gains renown during a power challenge, that would be that would get you to 11, 12 with Khaleesi if you can do that, which you can't because it's not in play. And then you can do another one. Yeah, just attacking with the 2 small characters, because you can add the 18 later if needed, and it is needed. Is there anything expendable? And is there anything left in the deck to search for? Seems like it's not. So there is stand on Seal of the Hand still. Not using Daenerys. So looks like the plan is not to push for the win. It's to defend with that 18 strength against 2 power claim possibly. Currently seems like it's 20 for Alex on the power challenge. So both of these two, Daenerys and Khal Drogo, can defend together, and she has the intrigue icon still with Seal of the Hand, so she can do that to protect the 2 cards, and then Alex goes down to no cards in hand for the penultimate plot. If it's Morghulis, there is a bit of a mess. We'll see what survives and what doesn't, and what the situation is. And if it's if both players play whatever other plot they have, will be interesting what those are. I think military is the one you can do here, because Drogo needs to do the power on defense with Daenerys to win, so this one you can push through. Okay, especially with 2 characters, so that now changes the calculation. Victarion cannot stand, Euron can, but that means it's now 13 on power, and Daenerys defends herself, but doesn't change the calculation because these 2 still cannot win on their own. And just to stop any unopposed, you never know what could be in hand. Raiding the Bay of Ice or something like that. And at this point not too bad to take the 2 claim. Yeah, so Reinhard not doing anything basically with the agenda in the recent times, in this phase, this challenges phase, and the previous one, which makes me think he's kind of run out of these attachments. They're single copies, so it needs those markets to recycle them, and getting rid of that with We Do Not Sow and Nothing Burns was really good for Alex. Otherwise I'm sure the game would be over by now. And seems an easy choice for Alex. I'm sure the last plot must be Morghulis, so going for supporting the Fate, which is pretty sad for him, and not that great for Reinhard, because he has to play the 0 initiative plot instead of the one he doesn't want to use. And that gives Alex initiative. He selects Reinhard to go first again. But here comes the stand, so she now has stealth, renown and stand, and this I'm sure is going to be game over, because you cannot get past the Toker strength boosts. They are too big here, I think. Now it's Morghulis on both sides. That double Morghulis, yeah, good chance that it kills absolutely everything. So if there is some way to stall, then I think Alex will defend anything he can here. But I think Daenerys will be winning challenges with her renown. Yeah, I wonder how the game would have gone that round when Harris was revealed. I think in expectation of Morghulis, so if Alex pulled the trigger, kept the duped Alanis against an empty board, I wonder. Wasn't a great situation for him, obviously. And losing reasons, I think, both times for intrigue claim. And here comes the stand and renown. I could have raised the claim with Khaleesi earlier. It's gone now. Traded for Seal of the Hand, which in hindsight I don't think it's been used even one time, but still plenty of power gain. And now finally that breaker of chains is used to put a pretty unimportant character into play. So that's another one here for Daenerys' renown. And she can participate in the military challenge as well, along with the other 11 strength, so that's 30. And there is no way to stop that for Alex. Yeah, so pretty one-sided in the end, but I don't think it was. There was a point in the game where it could have turned around. Alex did lead early on in the power. Then I think those intrigue pulls were pretty good for Reinhard. With getting rid of the reasons, there was never a situation for Morghulis to be revealed. And those conservative rounds where Reinhard decided to defend rather than push on with the attack now seem like good play. Of course, Reinhard is a master of these decks, and he would know, so who am I to question his tactics? Very nicely done. So Reinhard remains undefeated in the cut. I'm sure the Morghulis was the last one. Let's see if Alex reveals that bit of information here. Yeah, as I was saying, there wasn't a good situation. Only Alanis was duped, and then there was Euron and Asha. Both would be dead, and the renown on Geralt would be gone with no guarantee to be able to replay anything. Yeah, choosing the right decks. But all of the players that remain, of course, are capable of playing different types of decks. And for Reinhardt, it's especially impressive because you know he is a loyalist in the true sense of the word. So he is only going to play Targaryen. He's not going to compromise in any situation to play something else. So to be able to choose among the Targaryen decks and still win the games, yeah, it's a good faction for that. You can play the Dothraki stuff, you can play this with the Voltrons, or you can play Burn, and they're pretty different decks, so good in different matchups. It's a good faction for that, one of the best I think, if you want to be competitive and still only play that one faction. Yeah, so good game to start with. So this was the first one. We have another one later today. So we'll see, maybe that will also be on my channel by that time if I upload them both at the same time. And then on Sunday we have the other two pairings, and this is the draw. So Reinhard goes into the semi-finals of this top bracket, which means he needs to win one more to get to the finals. He will play the winner of the other game today between Robert and Adam. Should be interesting. And then not over for Alex, so he goes into which one? Into this one to play the winner of our game in the losers brackets between Raius and Vodka. So he's lost one. He needs to win all of his remaining games to be champion now, and that means so he needs to win one here, then second one here, third one here, and then the fourth and the fifth one. So needs to win 5 more games in a row to win the tournament. Whereas Reinhard, if he stays undefeated, needs to win this one and then one in the final. Much easier for him. But of course that's how it's supposed to be in this double elimination system. Okay, so thanks for joining me on this one. Hopefully you can join me for the other videos in this round as well. See you next time.